Hi everyone, welcome to our career development episode in collaboration with Career Success Australia (CSA), which is a state government recommended career coaching provider. I'm so excited here to introduce Naren Chellappah, an experienced career coach who will lead our interview masterclass. So Naren is a program director with extensive experience in higher education, FMCG, marketing, business development, and recruitment. He has held senior management roles at Melbourne Business School, Monash University, and Swinburne University of Technology. He's quite passionate about helping people achieve massive success in their career and life.
Thank you, Daisy, and thanks, Navya. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, likewise. So, as an extension of our introduction of you, do you mind just sharing a bit more on what you do in your current organization and more broadly in the career counseling and coaching space in order to support and transform your client for them to elevate their life and career?
Sure, I'd love to. So, as you mentioned, I'm the program director at Career Success Australia. We are a career consulting, training and recruitment organization, and we specialize in helping university students and graduates, people from overseas, as well as experienced local job seekers to get their job interviews and job offers in Australia. So we cover career consulting and support across a whole range of areas, from IT to engineering and marketing, HR, biotechnology. So we cover the whole spectrum of industries. So my background has been a bit varied and interesting. My parents are from a country called Sri Lanka, and they migrated to Australia some 40 plus years ago as international students. My dad actually came from Sri Lanka, and he studied at Geelong. It used to be called the Gordon Institute of TAFE or Technology, I can't remember, and then it became Deakin Uni. So I've got a mixed sort of heritage and background of Southeast Asian upbringing and culture, but also, born and bred in very much an Australian culture, growing up with Aussie rules football and the Australian culture. So that's actually worked in my favor when we work particularly with overseas students, because I think like a local recruiter and a local company, but I also understand the differences and challenges that some international students face when trying to get a job. So that's just a little bit about my background. I studied business and commerce. I started working in what we call the FMCG sector, fast-moving consumer goods, in marketing and branding and product development and supply chain and operations. And then I landed into this career development space when I started working in higher education at Swinburne University. And it sort of just fell my way, where I was working on campus and I could see so many students absolutely clueless when it came to the job search strategy. And I was involved in a lot of recruitment activities, as in recruitment to hire staff for Monash University when I was at Monash. And I was just getting really disappointed at the quality of the job applications that we would get. And there is a very strong link between marketing and getting a job. And my background has been in marketing, because the number one thing any job seeker needs to realize is that getting a job is a marketing campaign, and you are the product, and the company is buying you. And it's no different to your resume is like a brochure. It has to sell your skills, your strengths, your capabilities, your experience. It has to promote what you can do for the company. Okay, and that's why when I see a resume that says, I'm seeking a position, it's not about you seeking anything. You need to explain and tell the reader what you can do for them. And so I worked in higher education for a number of years, and then we started Career Success Australia back in 2014-15. And since then, we have had the opportunity to work with thousands of students and graduates and basically impart our knowledge to them in terms of the tactics and strategies to get employment. And so that's our passion. We love when our clients come to us lacking the confidence, lacking the skills, they can't get interviews, and we transform them through the work we do to a level where they can consistently get some job interviews or internships, and getting a job is now within reach. So if the students that are listening to this have really struggled to get jobs, you've got to stop what you're doing, sort of reprogram yourself, and definitely seek guidance from your senior students or graduates that you know of through, this is where networking comes in. Find someone who's managed to get a job in the industry that you want to get into, whether it's engineering or IT, and find out how they did it. Was it through a network? Was it through, a different type of job application that they used? And so that's a bit about us. So I lead a team, and we organize internships, we do training, we do resume writing, and just to conclude, the way we work is a bit like a GP, like a general practitioner or your doctor, and that is when you come in, we'll do a diagnosis to go, okay, your biggest problem is your networking strategy. Your biggest problem is you can't handle the interview process. The biggest problem is you don't have any experience. So once we've understood and analyzed your profile, we can then come up with the different solutions, whether it is a new job application, more interview training, an internship, a networking strategy. And once we've done that, then it's just a matter of fine-tuning the strategy and a little bit of luck to get your first job. And that's how we work. So that's a little bit about
amazing.
About me.
Thanks very much for sharing. Yeah, evidently your upbringing and background have sort of enriched you in a great sense with a myriad of perspectives and standpoints, I believe, that have over time become invaluable assets for you to succeed in your current career, revolving heavily around counseling and coaching, just like a GP. But you're vetting papers, opportunities, and not only as tangible as a job title or a tenure, but I believe more fundamentally, their mindsets. I'm here delighted to introduce to you Langdon Rodda. Langdon has been the head career coach at Career Success Australia for over 2 years, where he helps clients secure employment in a range of industries. He's a well-established career coach with 25 years of experience in teaching and business. He worked for many years as a specialist teacher, project manager, and company director, whereby he gained invaluable insights on hiring and recruitment from various perspectives. Welcome to our podcast, Langdon. Nice to have you here.
Thanks very much, Daisy. It's great to be here. Right, so in my role as a career coach at Career Success Australia, I help clients right through the whole process from developing their application documents to apply for jobs. Once they've successfully lodged their application, they might get a phone call. So the next step is to help the clients to be able to answer those phone calls very effectively from recruiters or from HR personnel or talent acquisition people in the company. That leads through hopefully to a face-to-face interview. So we prepare the clients to succeed in that situation as well. You need to it's a whole step-by-step process going through from the documents, phone calls to face-to-face, or as we'll probably talk about at some point, an online video interview as well. But you need to be successful in each of those stages to get through to that final goal of getting a job offer.
Yeah, fantastic. And I suppose a great population of our audience will certainly be in good hands if they listen to you. So thank you very much, Langdon. Without further ado, we do look forward to learning from you in the following episodes. Thank you.
Thanks, Daisy. I'm looking forward to it as well.
I also sort of imminently recall meeting and engaging you in the past in my capacity, as a student leader in many university clubs and societies. Typically, those dominated by international students as well. And I would have to substantiate that your engagement in the various functions I ran and managed definitely played out to be quite instrumental.
Yeah, and that's something that I think can turn someone, because it is tough as a student. I always tell people that when I finished my Bachelor of Commerce at Deakin Uni, I didn't really learn much. I wasn't a very good student. I had just on a credit average. So, and now when I'm looking at transcripts, I sort of take an open mind, going, oh, you know, I didn't do so well. But it took me over 1 year to get my first graduate job from my bachelor's degree, and it can become really tough and a bit soul destroying when you've spent that time and effort to get your degree, and then you start applying for jobs and no one responds, no one calls. And so when I go out to the universities and talk about the career strategies and the opportunities you have, I hope that it inspires some of these students to not give up. But also the critical thing is nothing is easy. Getting a job is not easy for most of us. Okay, there are the one-off stories where there's a really average type of student and the person doesn't really care, and they know someone who knows someone, and they just get a job, right? And here you are, you've sent out 1,000 applications, not one phone call, and then you go, oh my God, how did that person get a job? The system's broken, but you can't just sit on your chair and wait for the job to come to you. You have to be proactive. You have to have a portfolio of skills and experience that the employers want. Even as a graduate, you need to have experience, you need to have a portfolio, you need to have a strong presence to catch their interest. So that's why I love going out to the universities and talking and doing things like this for people who are listening. You've got to, no one's going to give you a job just like that. You've got to work hard for it.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, could you have possibly said it better? And like you just said, there's probably no such thing as a one-size-fits-all answer to suit everyone, but it also hinges on us initiating the first step. Perfection is not something we start with, but something we always consciously working towards. It all comes on us starting, making us start on something, rather than just sitting back and waiting for the opportunity to fall on us. So I guess that more or less covers the gist of your sharing right now.
Yep.
So on that note, I guess nobody is patient as you're waiting for you and see what you have in store in your coaching sections. So we'll see you very soon in the episode. Thanks.
Thank you.